The story opens at Mining Station 7, a peaceful trading post on the edge of known space. The Krex Empire arrives with their massive warships. These alien conquerors have ruled through fear for centuries, demanding tribute from every species they meet. Commander Rex of the Krex demands the station surrender all resources. When the station leader, an elderly alien named Tor, tries to negotiate, Rex kills him instantly in front of everyone. The Krex then slaughter half the station's population, including families and children, to make an example. A human cargo ship, the Steel Runner, arrives during the aftermath. Captain James Wilson and his small crew of 20 humans witness the devastation. The other alien species present, the peaceful Altari, the merchant vendors, and the scholarly seekers, all bow to the Krex, accepting this as normal. They've learned over generations that resistance means extinction. Rex approaches the humans, demanding their cargo and submission. James asks why they killed innocent people. Rex laughs, explaining that fear is how they maintain order across 10,000 worlds. He says humans are new to space, only having faster-than-light travel for 50 years, so they don't understand the rules yet. James looks at the dead bodies, including young ones. He speaks quietly but clearly. Humans don't negotiate with killers. Rex finds this amusing and threatens to destroy Earth if humans don't submit. James simply repeats, "We don't negotiate with killers. You've made your choice. Now we'll make ours." The humans leave peacefully, but every alien species watching feels a strange chill. The humans showed no fear, no anger, just cold determination. 3 days later, an emergency session of the Galactic Council convenes. Representatives from 40 species gather, all discussing the human response to the Krex. Ambassador David Brown represents humanity. The Altari representative warns that humans don't understand what they're facing. The Krex Empire controls 30% of the galaxy, with weapons that can crack planets open. The vendors explain how every species has learned to pay tribute and accept occasional massacres as the price of survival. David listens patiently, then stands. He explains that humans have a simple principle. Those who target innocents, especially children, forfeit any right to mercy. The council members panic, begging humans to reconsider. They explain that the Krex have technology far beyond Earth's capabilities. David reveals that in the 3 days since Station 7, humans have done something unprecedented. Every human colony, ship, and outpost has voted unanimously for total war against the Krex. No debates, no disagreements, complete unity. This terrifies the Council more than anything, as no species has ever achieved such instant, complete agreement on anything. The Seeker's representative asks what humans plan to do against superior numbers and technology. David responds that humans have fought bullies throughout their history. And Dave noticed something. The Krex rule through fear because they've never faced someone who refuses to be afraid. When asked about Earth's military capabilities, David admits humans have only 200 warships compared to the Krex's 50,000. But he adds something that makes the entire council freeze. We don't need to win. We just need to make victory cost more than they're willing to pay. The Krex expect humans to send diplomats or surrender. Instead, something unprecedented happens. A single human ship, the Hammer, exits hyperspace directly inside a Krex fleet formation. A suicidal move by any standard. The Hammer's captain, Maria Rodriguez, broadcasts on all frequencies. She lists the names of every victim from Station 7, then says, "This is for them." The Hammer detonates its entire nuclear arsenal, taking out 3 Krex battleships. But this is just the beginning. Across the galaxy, human ships begin hitting Krex targets using tactics no sane species would consider. They ram enemy vessels. They overload their own reactors. They fly into Krex space stations. Each attack is preceded by the same message. Humans don't negotiate with killers. The galaxy watches in shock. The humans are losing 10 ships for every Krex vessel destroyed, but they keep coming. The Krex, for the first time in their history, face an enemy that seems to welcome death if it means taking enemies with them. Rex himself leads a fleet to Earth, broadcasting threats of total annihilation. Earth's response is to launch their entire nuclear arsenal into space, not at the Krex, but ready to detonate around their own planet. The message is clear. If Earth falls, you get nothing but radioactive ash. Other species begin to understand something terrifying about humans. The Seekers study human history and discover Earth's past. Countless wars where humans chose death over submission. The phrase, "give me liberty" or "give me death," appears in multiple human cultures. The Krex Empire begins to fracture. Their subject species, seeing the Krex afraid for the first time, begin to resist. The vendors stop paying tribute. The Altari refuse to provide food. Small rebellions spark across Krex space. Rex orders the complete extermination of humanity, but his admirals hesitate. They've calculated the cost. Even if they win, they'll lose 60% of their fleet. And humans have made it clear they've hidden weapons throughout the galaxy, ready to activate if Earth falls. Captain Wilson, who witnessed the first massacre, leads a volunteer force of obsolete cargo ships converted into weapons. They target Krex supply lines, accepting massive casualties, but never stopping. Each destroyed human ship broadcasts its final message. The names of Station 7's victims. The psychological effect breaks Krex morale. Their soldiers, used to enemies who beg and surrender, can't comprehend humans who sing while flying into certain death. Human prisoners, when captured, refuse to provide information even under torture, simply repeating, "We don't negotiate with killers." The climax comes when Rex himself arrives at Earth with his personal fleet of 1,000 ships. Earth has only 40 defenders left. The battle seems hopeless. But then something happens that becomes legend. Every human ship in the galaxy, military, cargo, personal craft, begins jumping to Earth. Not just military personnel, but civilians, families, anyone who can fly. 3,000 human ships, most without weapons, form a wall around Earth. Rex broadcasts one final ultimatum. Fleet Admiral Tom Jackson responds by revealing humanity's ultimate strategy. They've spent months infiltrating Krex space with hidden antimatter bombs, not targeting military sites, but placed near every Krex colony. If Earth dies, so does the entire Krex species. The galaxy watches in true horror as they realize what humans are, a species that would rather face mutual annihilation and let killers of children go unpunished. Rex, for the first time in his life, experiences real fear. His own officers mutiny rather than face extinction. They execute Rex themselves and immediately surrender. The new Krex leader agrees to trial for war crimes and reparations to Station 7's survivors. The aftermath changes everything. No species ever again commits massacres, knowing humans are watching. The phrase "humans don't negotiate with killers" becomes a warning taught to every young alien. The story ends with Captain Wilson returning to rebuilt Station 7. The memorial there has a simple human phrase that makes every passing alien shudder. Never again. The galaxy has learned that humans have a line that cannot be crossed, and the consequence for crossing it is absolute. The other species now understand why humans became dominant on a world full of predators. Not through superior strength or technology, but through something far more terrifying. The absolute willingness to pay any price to punish those who harm the innocent.